Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ardent Mages playthrough slash tutorial, or was it the other way around? Doesn't matter, same thing anyway. I did a few things off camera, mainly I started burning a couple of cities like Belser and Sharon, because those are relatively small compared to the rest of my cities, of which all have 8 or more population. And those two, well, they're kinda worthless in my eyes. Sure, in the long run, it would be better to have more cities. Right now, however, I care a lot about my happiness, which is apparently fairly high. But I don't want to match more cities, and in all honesty, having less of them will also make things, well, more manageable for me. If I were not recording this, then perhaps I would keep it. I mean, as you can see, my overall empire happiness is still pretty high regardless. However, when I'm recording, I do tend to suffer a little bit when it comes to micromanagement, and I don't want to have to borrow those two cities, and I don't really think I need them anyway. Sure, they are extra source of production, I could catch up in terms of science, dust, and whatnot using those cities, and since my entire empire approval is high, why not keep them? If you're in my situation, you should keep those cities, there's little reason to burn them down. But I like burning things down, so I'm gonna burn them anyway. Call me elitist, but seriously, I like burning things. Either way, at the very least I have an excuse. I could say that this is going to make my empire favored once I get rid of those cities. But that's just an excuse, let's be honest, you should keep those cities in my situation. I just don't want to be bothered with them, it's as simple as that. This is not a multiplayer game, it is a single player game, and I feel like I will not be punished too bad for burning down those cities, so I'll burn them down, why not? Another proposal from the voters, they're willing to pay me quite a bit of dust, but that's a fairly small amount, that's how much dust I gain in a single turn. I'll refuse this proposal. And I'll still keep trying to find them. However, the more I think about it, the more I'm beginning to believe that I'll need to swim to another continent to find those guys. Which is fine by me, since it was bound to happen one day, and it might as well happen right now, why not? Now, I can safely walk through Broken Lord's territory, we are friends, right? At least officially, so I'll go ahead and do that. It is still possible that voters are on my territory. I mean on my continent, but since they are probably in the lead technologically speaking, I am willing to believe that they are actually not. I really shouldn't burn those cities down. I feel kind of guilty about it now. It's evil and whatnot. But I want to burn them so badly, it's come on, I told you that I want to ban them for no good reason, so please accept it. It's my personal choice. You shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do this either, but I just like banning things, okay? Understand me. Joker would understand me for crying out loud, and he's one of the coolest characters ever, so please. Have a little bit of understanding and respect, perhaps. Anyway, another offer, begging for mercy, yeah, no, just stop bothering me, guys. Jeez. So whiny and whatnot. Alright, unfortunately we are in the new era, and we're not in the new era, and we did get another empire plan, which is a shame. We cannot unlock any English, I cannot speak today. We cannot unlock any cool, really, stuff right now, but that's okay, I guess. So, what do I do? Let's have a quick think about it. I think I really mostly want to save those points. And now that I think about it, it is actually, I do have a valid point to burn those cities down. And that's this thing. Right now, I need this happiness to keep my empire happy. However, what if I don't do this? I don't necessarily need this thing anymore to keep my empire happy once I burn those two cities down, 3 in total. Because I will not suffer extreme unhappiness penalty because of having those cities, because they will no longer exist, so I will no longer need to spend a lot of influence on this happiness. Sure, I have enough influence to do this, so again, I'm looking for excuses. Yeah, I am looking for excuses, aren't I? I feel like I should just keep those cities. I mean, I really want to ban them. Let's keep exploring and not think about it for now. I feel like a drug addict that looks for excuse to, you know, do drugs when he doesn't have to, and he knows he shouldn't, but he wants to anyway. Yeah, that's a really sad state of affairs. Why did I compare myself to drug addict? That's not a good comparison. Anyway, let's go ahead and search those ruins. Oh, a new objective. I need to defeat an army, and I'll get blood crystal for it. That's nice. Actually, that's another excuse, and I'm finding quite a lot of those now. By destroying those 2 more cities, it will be much cheaper to actually activate those luxury resources. Right now, I need to have 40 of any luxury to actually activate it. That's because I have so many cities. Keep in mind, each city you have increases the cost of activating a luxury resource booster by 5. So by burning down 3 of those cities, or actually 2 because this one I'll replace in the future with a new one, Either way, by banning those things, just those 2 cities, I'll lower the cost of my luxuries by 10, and then further down the line by 15, which is quite a substantial step up, I would say. So yeah, I think I have enough excuses to ban them now. I won't feel as bad. Let's ban them. Let's save up some influence as well. I could spend it on something else, I'm not too sure what exactly. Although I am using quite a bit of my population to actually produce some dust. So I guess I will do it. And maybe building buyout is a good idea, and building production cost reduction, and that's not quite enough influence. Not quite, but almost. I'm tempted to resign from science a bit, but it is really necessary for other major, so I shouldn't really do that. I think I'll resign from building buyout bonus reduction. It is a really good thing, especially when you want to buy out structures with dust that I do want to produce as much as possible. However, on the other hand, having more dust will allow me to place down more pillars. And maybe instead of buying out structures, I'll just place even more pillars than before. I think it's a sound strategy, but I do need to be in the 3rd era to do this effectively and efficiently, so that's why I continue working on science. I think it's a fair plan I have right here, so I'll just stick to it. Alright, anything else to do this then? Yes! I need to find a 3rd best city that I have, and as I said last time, I think like Holaken might be it. However, Holaken, not the best name. And I did want to rename my cities according to many translations of the word Jinsin. Now the problem is I was looking, and annoyingly enough, plenty of languages use the same word, Jinsin, over and over and over again. Talking about European languages, by the way. I checked German language, Jinsin. I checked other languages. It wasn't necessarily Jinsin, but it sounded very close to it, so I was like, yeah, F it. And yeah, what am I left with? I'm left with Polish, which is actually, surprisingly enough, not surprisingly, it's obvious that we took it from there, but it's fairly similar in the way you pronounce it to, I believe, Chinese. So I guess by including a Polish version, I also include a Chinese version as well. By Chinese, I mean Mandarin. Is that how you pronounce it? Mandarin? Let's hope it is. Anyway, that's how we pronounce it in Poland. Of course, that's using Polish grammar. That's not how you would write it down in English, and also Endless Legend lacks the special characters. Actually, does it? Let's have a quick check. Yeah, it does. I cannot type it right now. I'm clicking. Can you hear it? Yeah, I am clicking. Anyway, let's type it in. Oops, I think I broke the game. I pressed the button too many times. Hey, I want my N back. No, seriously, I don't have my N. Where did my N go? Not a single button works anymore. Alright, let's say that I like it, and... Did I? Okay, I need a second. I think I broke my keyboard. Okay, I didn't break my keyboard, but I think I broke the game. I can no longer type anything in Endless Legend, so there goes my idea of renaming cities, because I'll never be able to do it ever again. I cannot actually do anything with this field for that matter. Can I do it with any other city? Let's have a quick check. Hey, can I rename you? Oh, I can. That's interesting. So I only bugged one city. Somehow. That's a bug I would never expect to find. What the hell did I do it? I don't even know. I don't even know how to report this bug, to be more precise. It's not like I got a bug error or anything. I just cannot type anything in this field. Alright, whatever. In Polish there should be an N after the E. So we pronounce it Zhengsheng. And from what I was able to tell, it is actually fairly close-ish to how it is pronounced in Chinese, I believe. So, yeah. There are supposed to be Polish characters, as I said. The Z is supposed to be Z, there was supposed to be a dot above the Z, and both N's are supposed to have little lines above them, I guess, that's how you would call them. And they would be pronounced Eni. I mean, Zhengsheng. You know, you can hear how it would be pronounced. Alright, okay, let's stop talking about Polish. Maybe some of you are interested, but most of you probably not. Most of you are here probably for the gameplay. I cannot blame you one bit, because that's why I'm here as well. Although, to be more precisely honest, I'm here mostly because I felt really fatigued and I need to do some work. So I was like, alright, I feel fatigued, I need to do some work, so how about a record? It is also kind of work, but at the same time not really. And by recording, I actually help myself wake up, because I always get super excited when I record, which is something you probably know by now. So yeah, where did Miami go? Oh, there it is. Okay, for a second I thought it vanished. It didn't, thankfully. Now, I'm really curious. Are actually broken laws at war with the voters? So let's have a quick check, see how they see how things. No, they're not at war. They just have a lot of units in the territory, which is slightly worrying for the voters, I bet. Alright, more dust. I discovered a new minor faction, Seratan. A fairly useless one, but not the worst. Just go away, I don't care about you anymore, I seriously do not. Population showdown or whatever, grown. Nice, 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 okay. And you... It is a hero, so I feel like I maybe should honor them with an honest battle, but at the same time, it's just a waste of my time. Again! I mean, I guess if a hero and marine both attacked Echo Wing, it would possibly die if it wasn't a full health. I'm willing to believe that this could have happened purely because of the hero. I mean, I don't know what level she is on, but with 40 attack and third critical, that's still not a lot, I'll be entirely honest with you. I don't know, I feel like I wouldn't lose this Echoing, but I will not regret what I did. It did save us some time, which is fairly important, I would say, fairly important. And I forgot to start burning down one of my other cities. So I'll do it right now. Go ahead and burn it down as soon as possible. And those cities are almost burned down. Oh yes, I like it when it happens. Alright, so looks like roaming army is attacking me. Apparently has the advantage. Now those are centers, so they will be able to come in close and attack my zealots fairly quickly. But I don't believe... I mean, they might actually kill me. There's a Rambler as well. I think I might die, but I'm still going to fight it in manual battle, because I feel like I'll be able to kill more than this auto battle would have given me in terms of kills. That said, terrain is definitely not in my advantage. It's very flat, and I'm actually along the low ground as well. I can make myself go on the high ground, which is what I'll do, but then I'll be surrounded and killed almost instantly. Sure, the enemy goes in one by one, but it will not help me, because I'll most likely die in a fairly brutal manner anyway. What I can do, however, is stun some of the enemies to buy myself more time, which I will do. So let's go ahead and cast the stunning spell. I cannot cast any more spells, unfortunately, I can only choose one. I wish I had the ability to cast damaging spell, because this would be awesome, but stunning is going to buy me a bit more time. Now this center has to walk in closer, which will allow my shooters to actually fire and take it down. Now the other center might be able to make it to my lines, but they should be able to take it down as well, and then a Rambler will not be able to make it within a single turn, and then I will be able to cast another stunning spell, and because I'm rolling in cash, which I mean dust, I should be able to stun again for pretty much a negligible cost, so I think I won this battle without any casualties at a small cost of dust. You know what would be nice, although possibly a bit too hard to implement well, is to allow the auto battle... is allow the player to give the auto battle permission to use spells. I'm not sure if you got it. So, you know, if I enter the auto battle, I want to say, alright, you can spend 60 dust this battle, and if you want to cast spells to increase your result, then go ahead. But I feel like, then again, this would be very, very hard to actually, you know, pull off successfully without breaking the game or making auto battle even more unbalanced. So, maybe it's not the best idea. Nah, I'm not liking it myself anymore. Whatever. As you can see, I annihilated the enemy. It did cost me 120 dust, but in all honesty, 120 dust, what is it? That's nothing, really. So let's go ahead and make my way over to the Water City. And actually, I can attack it this very turn, which is nice. So I'll just go ahead and wipe out the last remaining resistance pocket for the Waters. Now here are just a few minions and a militia. Do I want to manual? Yes, they deserve the pleasure of fighting a manual battle against me for this one last time. And they did not get to deploy as well, because F them, seriously. Poor guys. Anyway, I think I can walk in a little bit closer, to be entirely honest with you. I mean, why not? What's the worst that can happen, right? In fact, let's have all my units gang up right next to each other to give this guy a huge bonus in morale. So I'll be able to basically just one-shot everything there is. So let's do that. Anqua Wing, you go ahead and go over here, I guess. Why not? Or maybe here. Why not either? Both options are viable, I would say. Let's go ahead and do something like this and start a battle. I could have casted some spells. In hindsight, I maybe should have to just allow my Anqua Wing to avoid a bit more spells, to allow my Anqua Wing to dodge a bit more damage, but I guess it's okay. It also decided to attack this Marine for no reason. Fair enough, it doesn't matter, because my Big Fire, which is a new word, by the way, Big Fire, is going to attack those guys who are protected by walls, which is something I almost forgot about. Still, after a few more shots, this guy should go down, but because I didn't focus fire, because I was too lazy, he will actually not go down. Might then take a high ground advantage and deal quite a bit of damage to me, but never mind, he was in the floors, he couldn't do it. So it's all good. I will take a bit of minor damage, but it seriously is nothing. Now, the last bits of enemy army are now falling to pieces. I so love Anqua Wing. I mean, they look so awesome, and they remind me of Heroes of Might and Magic a lot as well. And that actually includes the 6 as well. There are many things I don't like about 6 version, especially the fact that they didn't care at all. I mean, they did care at the start of making this game. I could have felt it, but then it was like greed took over and they didn't care anymore. I mean, for crying out, that game still has game-breaking bugs in it to this very day. For example, online multiplayer, when you want to reload games, yeah, have fun. You are still possibly going to not even be able to do that without trying for about an hour. Yes, this is still a bug that is still in the game. For crying out loud, how long has it been? Several years now. I think it's safe to say that Hero 6 was a failure, and even though the idea behind it were okay, I wasn't a big fan of those, but I didn't hate them either. But it's just the execution was so poor. I liked it. I tried so hard to like this game. You could have felt it in my videos that I made of it, but in the end, I just couldn't. It was a letdown. That's what it was. It was a letdown. And then the DLC came out without fixing the bugs, and I was like, you know what, F it. And for the first time ever, I actually didn't buy an expansion for any of the Heroes games. For the first time ever. Ever since Heroes 1, I was buying them. That's actually a lie, I didn't buy Heroes 1, only got it as a package with my Heroes 4. But, you know, still, I have all Heroes games, except for expansion for 6. That's what I was trying to say. Alright, Terra or whatever you're called. What do I do with you? Do I ban you? Yes, I ban you. I cannot ban you right now, but I'll try to ban you as soon as possible. What can I do while I'm banning you? I can go ahead and create some steel houses. Yay! They will not be done in time. Can I do anything that will be done in time? Empowerment will. I might as well. And then I'll... I don't know. I will repair a certain village because I'm a nice person. I'm clearly not, because I'm only doing this because I have nothing else to do while I am banning innocence, so I guess that's a fairly evil thing. Look at my empire, so unhappy. Don't worry, Empire, you'll soon feel better after you met a bunch of innocents and banned their old homes to the ground. It will be very, very nice. Alright, I cannot create another borough street in the city. I do not have enough population. Let's fix that as soon as possible. And in the meantime, go ahead and make some steel houses. Steel houses are really cool because when in doubt, when you have nothing else to do in your city, you can just make steel houses, which actually is a really, really good and reliable and viable source of food. So I'll go ahead and do that as much as possible. Alrighty then. Canal system will be done in 110, so I can entirely focus on making food as well, with steel houses also being in production because hey, why not? And in Sam, what do I want to do? Do I want to buy out any of those things? I could buy out this Barrow Street. I will do it. In fact, I'll also buy out the canal system as well. I will focus on working on food as well. Queue up some steel houses, so I start working those. Or actually, I will not. Reason being, you can actually save up your industry for 110. Nothing more. If you save it up for more than 110, you lose everything you saved up. But you can save it up for 110. So this will give me 10 extra industry on the next 10, which it will be a very small but still a meaningful increase of industry on the next 10, which I will take. Alright, let's have a quick look-see. Looks like my pillars went down, so I'm going to go ahead and renew them every what? I wanted to say a bit, but I said every for some reason. So let's go ahead and do that. Do I want to place more pillars? Not yet. I'll spam those a bit more heavily once I get to Era 3 and actually really truly improve them. So I'll go ahead and do just that. Freita! You are making an Aqua Wing, I guess you might as well, but after that, can you do anything useful? Yes, you can create a Barrow Street. So let's do that, but how do I want to create it? I think I wanted to ban the city as well, didn't I? Because of how poorly it is settled. It will be very difficult to make triangles over here. What I could do is try to create a snake-like shape, but it will also be difficult because where do I snake from here? Where do I even snake? Yeah, I know. I guess I could create a triangle like so. I'll run out of space and then I'll create another triangle over here. Not the most optimal thing to do, but it is a thing to do. So I guess I might as well try. So let's go ahead and do it like so to get the most advantages in the early run. What the F does that mean? I have no idea. In the 10, and so far things are going fairly good. Moh. That's a cute name, I don't know why, but it is. And finally the enemy is dead. Oh yeah, baby, enemy is dead. First blood. That's what I said. And now with the enemy dead, what do I want to do? Well, I just kind of want to sail the unknown and see what there is to discover. So I'll go ahead and do just that. Let's go ahead and embark on my beautiful little ship. That is the Ardent Mage ship. It looks weird, doesn't it? But I like it. I really do, because it's unique, I guess? I mean, yeah, I mean, look at it. It looks more like something that I would see in Guns of Icarus than, you know, in actual water in real life, but I like it. Not like any other ships in this game are really very realistic, but whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Alright, you guys keep trying to reach the main army and reinforce it. I know it is taking you forever, and I know you're tired, but for crying out loud, just keep walking. Alright, Seller here, that's the guy I got from Benigdona City. Let's go ahead and move him over here, because I want to resettle this area. Another Seller here. Yeah, you assist this other guy. Sure, you're useful. Yeah, totally. That's about it. Can I do anything on the market? I probably could sell some of these useless junk, like emeralds, for example. Yeah, let's sell those emeralds. They serve no practical purpose whatsoever, because trading is not really implemented in yet. So yeah, I could sell stockpiles, but why? I cannot buy stockpiles, unfortunately, which is a real big shame. I would love to buy out some stockpiles, but I can't. Anything else I need to do right now? Not entirely, so I'll go ahead and end the turn again. Now, while I cannot really find good names for Jinsen to rename the rest of my cities that I'm actually going to keep, I do have one redeeming factor, and that is... Come on, little fella. Right behind me, right there. Can you see him? Probably not, because, you know, I have no webcam because I'm not stupid. But right behind me, there is actually Jinsen. As in a plant. Jinsen. It's an actual plant. Poor guy, he is so beat up, he is barely alive, just a couple of leaves, and it's... He looks really sad, but I'll take care of him. I'll take care of him. I'll love him, and I'll make him grow back to its old form, which probably was fairly good. I mean, judging by the amount of dry, what's they called, branches, it was magnificent one day. So I'll make it magnificenter, by which I mean more magnificent, but whatever. And yeah, hopefully it will be very, very nice. And that's not to say that I'm really good with plants, because I'm not, but I'll try my best to be. And I also have a particular talent to making my plants mutate. By which I mean I also have one other plant in my room, which I have since I was 10? Maybe 11, something like this. And, well, obviously it's still alive, but the more important thing is, that plant just, it's immortal. I kind of feel sorry to say this, but there were times when I kind of forgot about doing anything with it, and it just didn't care. It never does. You cannot water it for months even, and it's like, well, whatever, I'll just take it. You can also water it too much, and it's like, whatever, I'll just take it. You can leave it in a hot room, as in ridiculously hot room, it is okay. You can leave it in a room that's very cold, it is okay. It's impossible to kill it! It keeps growing, it's going to overgrow my bedroom one day. Obviously right now I'm trying my hardest to actually care about it, because I feel guilty when I don't. And nowadays I somehow developed a consciousness for plants, so I'm doing my best to make it grow back. I mean, this one doesn't need to grow back, as I said, it's going strong, it's really, really healthy. But the other plant, Jinsen, the plant that I just adopted into my room, yeah, it will need some work, because it's in a terrible shape, because nobody cared about it, but now I do, and I'll care about it. Cute, cute little Jinsen. Don't worry, I will not eat it. I seriously will not. I like plants when they grow. I really do. Alrighty then. In sum, what do I do with you? Well, I'll just continue making Barrow Streets, because I really do. And I'm actually going to buy out this Barrow Street, because I need to increase my happiness quite desperately. Otherwise, it will be a bit problematic, as you might imagine. A bit problematic. My Empire approval is now back in content. And... oh, for crying out loud! I forgot about... You know what? I wasn't using the Ericus anyway. I mean, I was using it for the speed bonus, but yeah. So this is why I didn't want to ban this city. I knew there was a reason. I didn't know. I just forgot. I'll be honest. Whatever. Let's assimilate somebody else that lacks banning. What do I? Oh, all options are pretty poor. I mean, yeah. I don't like a single one of those options. I need somebody awesome. Those factions aren't awesome. So let's not go for that. Can I get somebody else that I am unable to assimilate yet, but I will be in the future? Like you guys, Silix, no. Devers, no. That's Devers, no. Anybody? That is Silix, no. And that's Sisters of Mercy. All of those incredibly uninteresting. Really sad, really sad. I have nobody interesting to assimilate, so I'm just going to roll with no minor factions assimilated. Sure, it is better to assimilate them because of the Empire bonus. Pretty much no matter who you assimilate, it's better to have them assimilated, but they don't deserve my attention really, do they? They don't. They just don't deserve it. And new era. Oh yeah, baby. Age of Enlightenment. Now I can actually go ahead and listen to better music. That's the first thing. Not to say that the old music wasn't good. It was, but I really like this track. But I can now also gather some better ingredients, like Titan Bones, which are really useful because they increase your production by a ton. Industry production, I meant. I can also gather Adamantite and Palladian, which probably doesn't matter since I bet this kind of armor is also bugged. Shame, really, but whatever. And I don't even have access to Palladian, only Adamantian. Oh well, not a big deal. I love this track so much. I love this track so much. I almost feel like I should shut up and let you listen to it. But if you want to listen to this track, buy this game. And I will not shut up. I refuse to shut up. It is impossible to make me shut up when I'm recording. Because, I don't know, reasons. Alright. Now, I can actually fulfill my faction quest. So let's go ahead and find a good area to settle when there is at least 10 science or more. It's a bit hard to tell because of all the blue around. That's when I wish there was a colorblind mode in the game, but whatever. I mean, colorblind probably wouldn't fix it because most colorblind people can't tell blue apart. It's the other colors they have problems with. But there are also people that have problems with blue, aren't there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are types of colorblindness that also make people not see blue at all. Yeah, so some colorblind mode in some universe would help me right here distinguish this blue from the other blue. Actually, I don't think it's colorblind. The colorblindness has anything to do with it. Whatever, something would help me. Either way, I can kinda tell the difference, so I'll try to have a quick look. There's 3 science in there, I can see that 3. It's surrounded by 1, so that's 6, so that's 9. That's 9 science, which is not 10. Good math, bro. 9 is not 10, it indeed isn't. If I settle like here, will this be next to this 2? No. If I settle here, this will only be next to this 2, but there's another 2 next to that, so that's 2 2s and then a bunch of 1s. That doesn't help me, that's still too short. That is 4 science, which is better. If I settle somewhere next, Crystal Ice gives you nothing, that's a problem. But if I settle somewhere here, that would gain 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 again! None of that, this is down to me. How about here? I get 4 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I have to settle here for 10. And I don't think there's anywhere else I could settle for 10 signs. So I need to settle right here, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and make my way over there. I wonder if by selling with all 3 sellers at once I'll gain more population. Logic would dictate that this would be indeed the case. But I never tried selling with more than 1 seller at once, I will be entirely honest with you. So different things could happen. Now, Era 3, what do you want to research? Multiple things, preferably all of them at once, but we cannot really do that. So what do we have? We have the thingy that gives us more trade routes. They haven't been implemented yet, have they? I mean, they are kinda, but I think they actually kinda are, because I have seen them in multiplayer. But emeralds are still not working, just putting it out there. Emeralds still do not work, even if trade routes actually do. Alright, but I will not bother with that. I can go ahead and create roads, which I really do want to. By the way, roads, yeah, this icon right here says that the roads are not implemented, whereas they in fact are. But what I want the most are better pillars. I really want better pillars. What else do we have? More influence, which is nice, but not terribly useful. Better pillars and better spells, which is not better, but more. That's a difference. So what do I would get from that? I would gain a damaging spell, which is pretty awesome. And I would gain the pillar of dust, I believe. Yeah, it was the Pillar of Dust. Which is okay, not great. It costs a lot of dust to cast it, and it gives you a bit of dust in return. Not entirely worth it in my eyes, unless your pillars are really highly leveled up. And even then, it's not that great. What else do I want? I want more science because, as I said, I want to have everything pretty much. So let's go ahead and queue up Advanced Alchemy Lab second. I kind of want to have it first, in all honesty, but I'll go ahead and grab better pillars first because I want to have better pillars, what can I say? In 6 turns they will be done, so that's good. Freita, my dear friend, you should be working on boss streets a little bit harder, I believe, so let's go ahead and make you do just that. You have plenty of population, so just focus on production lack. So yeah, who's a good boy? You're a good boy. I'm going to buy out this. It's 700, it's a lot for a city that I don't care too much about. How's Zhenshen doing? Zhenshen also needs to buy out some boss streets when it has the population for it, but it doesn't right now, so I don't have to deal with that. How about Insam? It does have enough population to actually go ahead for more bar streets levels. So I'll do that. And I'll buy it out as soon as possible to level up as many of my battle streets to level 2. By the way, this is the level 2 town. Compare that to... Go on. Compare to this. You can see the difference. And that's why I really like leveling up towns, because they do look cooler. They certainly do. This actually reminds me quite a bit of some Polish structures right now. I mean, of course the colors are wrong, but this type of roof right here, yeah, it reminds me a bit. Not the fact that, I mean, I'm not trying to say that Polish made this kind of multi-roof roof. That's more like something that Koreans or Chinese or Japanese people would do. I don't actually know about Japanese and Chinese. I assume that's also what they do. I have only seen it in Korea, of course. But the particular shape of this thing, yeah, it feels Polish. Of course, it also feels Korean, but whatever. I'm Polish, so I'm biased towards thinking that everything is Polish, right? And oh wow, we have 74 dust now left out of nowhere. That costed a lot, boy. That's okay, though. It really is okay. Let's go ahead and do it like this. Yep, queue up everything. And new continent is there, and it is already colonized by Brocolos. Man, those guys are everywhere. But this video has been long enough, and I need to upload it today. So, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spammer. Thank you very much for watching. We have discovered America from the wrong side. But if you somehow managed to enjoy my videocast regardless, then please do show me your support by leaving a comment or liking it or whatever. And if you didn't like it, then don't do any of those things. It's optional. Either way, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you online.